What's up guys, Baer here. Today's video is a special one, a year in the making from concept to finished product. I really hope you enjoy the information-packed video about Binghamton's abandoned ski resort. And with that being said, cut to the intro and begin this journey back when Binghamton was cool. Binghamton, New York. What was once a thriving city full of opportunity and the American dream, now only conjures up images of rain clouds, allergies, potholes, depression, and a general lack of anything entertaining to do. But what if I told you, many years ago, Binghamton was known for something else? And no, I'm not talking about cigars, EJ shoes, IBM, EL Link, or Speedies. Those are all worthy of their own videos. I'm talking about Innsbruck USA. The mid-sized ski resort that once upon a time in the 1970s made its home in this gloomy town we call Binghamton. A ski resort in Binghamton, you might ask? Yes, it's real. Yes, it did exist. Just like Conklin Sports Park and Gamut Family Fun Center, Binghamton for a short time actually had options for entertainment. Yes, it's hard to believe, so I guess it's time to get started. We need to go back, way back, to the year 1964. It's 1964. Beatlemania is in full swing. Millions of teenage girls across the country are falling in love with those four British heartthrobs. And on the other end of the spectrum, the Vietnam War is sparking protests across the country as a nation is divided on should we stay or should we get out. Enter a young businessman by the name of William Helbing, backed by investors, came up with the wild idea. Hey, let's build a ski resort in Binghamton, New York. It's a booming metropolis. It's at the crossroads of three major highways. Between IBM and EJ Shoes, we have a huge opportunity to appeal to the middle class with this amazing entertainment complex, Helbing said. And within the year, plans were drawn up, and Innsbruck USA was completed for the 1964-65 ski season. On December 18th, Innsbruck USA opened to the public. During its first season, Innsbruck had a total of 9 trails, ranging from novice to expert. All of the trails were named after Austrian cities like Bregenz and St. Anton, which were the expert slopes, to Dornspurn and Wein, which were rated as novice slopes. Innsbruck saw a huge success in its first and second years, with competitors like Greek Peak and Hunter Mountain struggling to get by amidst snowless winters and rising energy costs. The gamble on the Triple Cities was paying off for Helbing and his investors. The middle class were flocking to this new and exciting place by the carload, with other options including a skating rink, ski school, nightclub, restaurant, and a fully outfitted ski lodge. This was the dream for locals and outsiders alike, trying to pass the time during the frigid winters of upstate New York. But the curse of Binghamton would soon cloud these bright and sunny days. Sometime during the 6th season, the snowcat used for grooming the slopes slid off the trail and into the woods, and was left there to rot. I couldn't locate any information as to why it was left there and not recovered, but I assume, of course, it was a financial decision. Maybe a recovery would have cost more than it was worth, seeing that it was over 6 years old now at the time, but who knows? To add to the problem, snowmaking equipment wasn't maintained. Even in its first season, Innsbruck had cut corners and installed a bare minimum of snow spraying equipment, which by this time was in need of upgrading. But they chose to let it go, and soon the sprayers were inoperable, leaving many days during the next year snowless, which quickly led to a downhill slope of financial hardships. Skip ahead another 5 years. As expected, Innsbruck saw a rapid decline in its once booming customer base. The lack of modern equipment, coupled with poor management and the gas crisis of the 1970s, led to a company holding on one-handed over an icy cliff. Innsbruck was spending over $80,000 annually more than it was earning, which factoring in inflation is roughly $374,000 to today's standards. A huge deficit considering the original investment was under $1 million. The following year, due to an unpaid gas bill of $9,700, Innsbruck lost power in February, right in the midst of ski season. Without power, the T-bar of course was left powerless and no longer was able to shuttle the few remaining skiers up its worn, unmaintained slopes. At this point, William Helbing made the decision to close for the season. This would be the last year that 350-acre Innsbruck USA would operate. It only gets worse from here. On February 5th, 1979, vandals set fire to the once beloved ski lodge at the foot of the mountain, now solidifying Innsbruck's fate as no more than a faded memory of what was once a respite for Binghamton residents from the hardships of upstate New York living. 1979. With no revenue to support Innsbruck, William Helbing files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and all of the assets of the former ski resort are handed over to the First National Bank of Sayre, one of the original investors from 1964. A few years passed, and the town of Vestal wanted to utilize the land to build campgrounds, tobogganing slopes, and hockey rinks, but the bank would not sell for a reasonable price. The land would sit vacant for many years until the 1980s, when Broome County would strike a deal and purchase the former ski resort and the adjacent property, which formerly held the Aqua Terra Sportsman Club, and rename the site Aqua Terra Park, after the Aqua Terra pond which sat in the rear right corner of the property, near to the former Wine and Dornburn slopes. This is where this sad tale should end. You should be left wondering what Aqua Terra looks like today, shouldn't you? But of course, I live 10 minutes away from the former ski resort, so let's take a trip up and see its current state. Here we are, Aqua Terra, the former Innsbruck USA location. We're roughly in where the parking lot was before, and we're heading over to what is now an abandoned pond, but used to be the skating rink. I actually come here a lot in the summertime to walk my dogs. I fly my drone around here a lot. A lot of people drive their ATVs over here. They're not really supposed to, but they still do. I can't really get too close to the pond. The water level is kind of high from a lot of melting snow. But as you can see, the pond is still there exactly how it was 40 years ago. It's just completely overgrown at this point. And now we walk this way. Right about where the tree clearing starts, there used to be two outbuildings. I couldn't find any information on exactly what they were for, but they would have sat about right there and right there. I'll pull up the picture if I can find it to show you exactly what I'm talking about. As you can see, a lot of people like to come here in the wintertime and do some drifting around. I mean, I like to do it in my Subaru as well, so it's a good, safe place. Nobody really comes out here that much in the winter. And now, I don't think I'm going to be able to get too far over here. The creek is very high, and that's the only way to get across. There's no bridge system or anything. But I can go to the original location where the ski lodge actually used to be, roughly. So, this open clearing, this is about where the ski lodge was. I'll pull up a picture of that as well. And then, up there, it's the only remnant of a trail that you can really see. We got the Bregenz Trail straight ahead, which was the expert level trail. The one I had a picture of the snowmaking equipment on as well. And that's really all you can see from here. And sadly, the creek is very high right now, so I can't get across there. I would really love to get up there and explore the trails for you guys, but a little too dangerous. I don't want to fall in a creek. It's about 10 degrees out right now. I'd definitely get some hypothermia and probably die. Well, that's about it for the walking footage. I did get some good footage with my drone, so let's go ahead and cut to that right now. Hope you guys enjoyed that drone footage. Now I'm just gonna take a quick peek on the other side of the road. This wasn't part of the original Innsbruck property, but it was part of the Aqua Terra Sportsman's Club. They've got, I don't know what the pond size is. I think it's at least 15 acres. It's a pretty large pond. You can't use it for swimming or boating, of course. People just come here to walk their dogs and picnic mainly. It's beautiful over here, and I did get a little bit of drone footage over here as well, so I'm gonna show you that in a second once I get there. Here we are. We made it to the pond. Got a couple guys ice fishing out here right now. I guess the ice is actually finally that thick. I mean, I wouldn't personally ever walk on a pond no matter how thick it was. It scares the crap out of me, but there it is. Beautiful view. This looks really pretty in the summertime. And everything's green. But for now, it's just winter. Everything's dead. So let's cut to the drone footage once again. So here we go. Boom. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you found this video super informative. I wish I could add more information on it, but there just isn't a lot about this place. There's people that have lived here their whole lives that don't even know this place exists, honestly. I scoured the library, I found those publications from the Press Connects from the early 70s, and that's about all there is. So, I did the best I could. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I put a ton of time into everything in this video. And with that being said, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe to the Baer family. And if you want to stay in the know for all my future uploads, make sure to turn on the notification bell and make sure it's set to notifications on always. I post a video every Monday and Friday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I definitely want to thank all my loyal subscribers. My view count has gone up in the past couple months. I'm now consistently getting maybe between 80 to 100 views a day, which is a lot better than my 30 views I was getting this summer. So I'm definitely seeing some growth finally. I've actually gone up maybe 20 subscribers in the last month, so it's finally happening. Posting consistently has really helped, and I hope to see you all next video. Greg Baer out.